If I first throw this at you, the top 90 quarterbacks since the year 2000, just face value, you would have said Tennessee would have how many quarterbacks on that list?
I'd have said 2.
Who would they have been?
Hendon Hooker and Josh Dobbs.
See, I would have had Hendon Hooker and Casey Clausen.
I think Casey Clausen, while I think as Tennessee fans and those who cover Tennessee are very high on him, I mean, Casey Clausen never put up the numbers to be historic in any way when he was at Tennessee. No one was going to put him in a certain category because his numbers were solid, never great. They never blew you away.
There's one number, though, that I think would have changed the way he's perceived totally. Let's get to 4 downs, brought to you by Double D Piping.
Come on, guys, it's game time.
4 downs. Can you count 4 downs? 1, 2, 3, 4. The Dave Hooker Show with Caleb Calhoun.
All right, first down is this, Caleb. How much would it have changed things with Casey Clausen had he won that 2001 SEC championship game? Would he be on this list? I say yes.
No, he would not. It would change things in a lot of different ways, but Casey Clausen, again, these are numbers based, and Casey Clausen, not his fault, by the way, because as Casey Clausen was getting more experience and more veteran, he never had a collection of receivers to throw to after 2001. I mean, his go-to receiver in 2002 was Leonard Scott most of the year. And in 2003, James Banks, who was a converted quarterback, was his go-to receiver. So he never had a good supporting cast, but they're basing this off certain numbers, and Casey Clausen's numbers were very human from his whole career at Tennessee.
Okay, I disagree. I think if Casey Clausen wins that one title, you view him much differently than you would have otherwise. Now, let's get to second down. As we remind you, 4 downs is brought to you by Double D Piping.
Double D Piping provides full-service fire protection on any scale. From residential homes to government facilities, we can assist any customer through design, fabrication, installation, inspection, and demonstration of fire suppression systems. With 30 years of service across 5 states and a full staff with over 40 years experience, our quality can't be beat. Don't get caught watching what you could have prevented. Call Double D Piping.
All right, second down. Does Erik Ainge have any argument whatsoever to be on this list?
No, Erik Ainge has no argument whatsoever. He had the trajectory on that list after his freshman year, but his sophomore year was so bad, and he got very good his junior and senior years, but not to be in the top 90 on this list.
If he wins the SEC title, does it change things?
No. Again, these are stats based, and
yeah. See, I understand they're stats based, but just
and this is ESPN's list of the top 90 quarterbacks since 2000, just so people know.
But just the perception of it. To me, and this may sound unfair, but I would have looked at Erik Ainge as he won it because of him and an assemblage of talent around him. I would have looked at Casey Clausen, even though he had plenty of talent around him. Maybe this is unfair, as the leader of that group, and he would have deserved more credit than just your average quarterback winning the championship. Is that a reach?
No, I mean, I get it. I mean, I think they're on the fringe almost off. And look, some of these quarterbacks on here are like, they're on here because of who they played for. So just so you know, this is going to make Dave's head explode. Ken Dorsey's on here at number 41. Ken Dorsey has no business being on this list. Okay, that guy was the most average quarterback ever and just happened to play for Miami when Miami was loaded with talent. And
I agree with that, but I don't understand how you could leave him off with the success he had. I mean, the quarterback is still – win-loss record is no way to judge a quarterback. Can we agree on that? But it is used that way. Whether we like it or not.
It is. I just think that I would take Casey Clausen over Ken Dorsey, and I would take Erik Ainge over Ken Dorsey. But I mean, Ken Dorsey completed 56% of his passes, so you know, it's like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Cooper Mays here. Hit like and subscribe.
We'll do it.
Cooper Mays here. Second down.
Josh Dobbs, you think
we just did second down?
Oh,
Tennessee center Cooper Mays here. Third down.
All right, so you think Josh Dobbs should be in this crew, right?
Yes, I do. I think Josh Dobbs had the second most productive overall season for a Tennessee quarterback in 2016, only to Peyton Manning in 1997. If you look at total yards, total touchdowns, and all that, Dobbs, that season was the second most productive, only to Manning's 97 season. That's that's something I can't ignore. And Josh Dobbs almost is a Condrich Holloway-like figure to me because they both took over at Tennessee at a period when the program was going downhill and they just stopped the slide and created an illusion for like 2 or 3 years that it wasn't going downhill because of how great they played.
All right, I can roll with that.
All SEC center Cooper Mays here. 4th down.
Fourth down is Tyler Bray. All the talent. He doesn't deserve to be on this list.
Numbers, you can really make a strong case. That 2012 season, he put up insane numbers, but nope, doesn't deserve to be it because Tyler Bray was, again, I've told you guys this before, worst intangibles probably of any quarterback I've ever seen in Tennessee history. I mean, ever.
James Banks.
Well, he wasn't a real starting quarterback, but
Right.
yeah.
But if you want to consider him a quarterback, that would be worse.
Because I guess we could throw Brent Schaefer in there too. Pretty bad intangibles.
Yes.
But
with a baseball bat. Let me ask you this: of the group, you've got an opportunity to have a starting quarterback next year, this upcoming season. You've got Casey Clausen, Erik Ainge, Joshua Dobbs, Tyler Bray, or Nico Iamaleava. Who are you picking to take over this football team right now? Is it still Nico?
Still Nico. I'm still going Nico. Now let's address this.
Casey.
No, it's Nico. It's definitely Nico. Nico's got a better arm than Casey. He does. And he's a little more mobile. The thing is, Casey was less mobile than Peyton. Like, we forget that. Now we got to address this.
You can work any good passing offense. You can work around a quarterback that's not mobile, or it's not a good passing offense.
Okay, but I still think you want the mobility. Now, let me ask this. Let's go here. The one quarterback from Tennessee on this list was, no shocker, Hendon Hooker, number 89. He was behind Max, or he was 89, just barely made it. One spot ahead of Max Hall. Dave, if you had to pick one quarterback from Tennessee, would he be Hendon Hooker because of what he did in 2021 and 2022?
Yeah, it would probably have to be Hendon Hooker, right? I'm actually going to leave him out of our voting because I think it's so easy.
Well, we already saw what he would do. Yeah.
I mean, so if I could take any quarterback for this season, it would be Nico, Casey Clausen, Joshua Dobbs. Who do you want to be the fourth option? Erik Ainge?
Yeah. Well, okay, hold on. Let's throw out Nico, okay? Because you want to see if they will take Nico? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Nico, Casey Clausen, Josh Dobbs. Yeah, I guess throw Erik Ainge in there. I mean, Tyler Bray, I think technically would be the best fit with that arm, but like.
Yeah, but he's also chucking stuff at the local
chucking beer bottles into cars.
Beer bottles at cars and doing crazy
stuff.
Oh,
no, trying to throw them into trash cans and missing it, hitting the cars. And then Derek Dooley's asked about it later and thinks it's funny to make a joke. He's like, I'm more concerned with his lack of accuracy than I am him, throwing bottles at cars. I'm like, really? That's like people's like property that's being vandalized, and that you think it's okay to make a joke right there?
Yeah, I hate to go out on a limb, but I think Derek Dooley may have been in over his head.
Just a little bit.